Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancian. I wanted to send blessings. I hope you had a good time during this Christmas holiday. Now we're moving into the new year, and so it is important to continue to prepare ourselves for this new year that will be very, very dynamic, as all the planets are going direct from this January 2nd to the March 8th. It is I think it is Uranus that will go direct on the 2nd, and Jupiter that will go retrograde on the 8th. But all this, it's a period where all things will move forward. There will be no major obstacle, and we are moving into there is a full moon in Cancer, a super moon on the 1st of January. There will be followed on the 31st by so it will be a blue moon. There will have two full moons in January, and it will be a moon that will ask for self-fulfillment, that will be very nurturing, and as there is a triangle with Mars and Jupiter in Scorpio, and Neptune in Pisces. Neptune will be in Pisces for quite a long time. He's having a good time there, let's say. And so this triangle, and there is another triangle effect are positive in astrology, for they are this all the water signs, and then there is another aspect of astrology, which is the conjunction of Pluto, Neptune, and Pluto, Saturn, and Venus in Capricorn, Uranus and Pallas in Aries, and the north node of the north node of the moon in Leo. So all of those will create a very dynamic conversation in 2018 that will, with Pallas and Uranus, will force change in Saturn, with Saturn and Pluto. With Venus will still be in the mix, but there will be quite a lot of drastic change that will, right at the beginning of the year, should really have a strong impact. And so we shall see. The main thing is to learn to keep the balance, to enjoy every moment, to move from any sort of slowly but surely, to be more attentive, to give yourself the time to rest, the time to relax, the time to enjoy. No matter what we do, it is important to take the time to enjoy life, for life is a journey more than a destination. Although we will be moving to we are being moved into next levels of consciousness and reality. I'm going to pull a few cards. It's a tarot of Voyager, the Voyager tarot. I'm going to put 5 cards, maybe more if needed, to see what the situation is. For the situation is brilliance. It is about being clear-minded. It's about being the essence of air, the essence of clarity. So it is about finding this higher consciousness where we are able to always see things clearly, and we are able to draw lines in wherever the center is in relationship to all things. So we move from judgment in ignorance to judgment in perspicacity. For judgment, we can never completely let go of judgment, but we want to let go of self-judgment and judgment of others. For it's better to judge the situation than the people, in essence. What we are working on is the lovers, is how to bring those two harmonies, those parts together, which is it is very difficult, because we live in a world that it is the rose here. There is a rose, but it is being shattered. So there is and here there's the Brancusi statue of the lovers. For Plato also talked about this. I think he was in the banquet, where human beings used to be whole, but then they were separated into two parts, and now they're looking for that other part. For in a sense, there is also an inner connection between the divine feminine and divine masculine that is happening. The more we are able to integrate this harmony, the easier it is to attract the most perfect partner on the outside as well. So there is this whole romantic thing going on. And so what's invisible is growth. There will be growth. There is growth happening. It is the cycle of growth. Everything is come from source, and then source is within the DNA. All beings have this source energy that will push them forward, that will motivate them to move forward no matter what. For we are eternal beings, and so we will continue to grow eternally. But for now, what's interesting is this lifetime, this physical existence. This is where we are. This is what we need to integrate within that understanding of our own soul life. light and true essence, in order to fulfill the highest experience on the earth, and to provide the spirit with as we move into allow ourselves to be more spiritual, to allow those higher parts of ourselves to have more importance into our life, we are able to serve in a higher way, in a higher capacity, and discover higher wisdom. For all forms of riches, all enrichments are precious. All forms of enrichment, material, spiritual. Yet the enrichments of the mind, of the spirit, of the consciousness is the most precious of all enrichment. For wisdom is the most precious of all things, in many sense. What we see outside of us is the wheel of fortune. It is the ability to make miracles. Anything is possible. It's the understanding that there is nothing that can prevent us from manifesting what we need once we are free and clear. So it is all happening right now, right here, right now. And the outcome of these teachings is the fool. Is the child, is the fool. It is the return to it is having only fools have no fear. So it is the understanding that when a fear comes up, it is an opportunity to face it, and in order to transmute it, to elevate ourselves, to discover something. For if we are afraid of our fear and we take alcohol or chemical substance, or we go shopping, or we try to avoid it in some way, avoid the emotion, then it is kind of a long road around, instead of like moving through it and then allowing ourselves to, even if it feels bad, even if we don't understand, if we don't appreciate the experience, better to go through it. So after that it is done, rather than submersing it, it will re-emerge. So at some point. So what is the tiger of fear? The tiger of fear is creativity, is the inventor. So it can be. It is the card of the inventor. It is the ability to use creativity and confusion. For it is the chaos. It is from the chaos that order comes. But then there is already a divine order that was created from the chaos, the original chaos. But those two states are always in opposition and contradiction. Yet there is an harmony between the what is and what is to be, and what was. So how do we make our leap into the future? Through the feeler. So it is a very good news, because it will help us sense, it will help us feel things with more. So it is the child of cups. So it is about the ability to feel, to learn to accept our feelings, and to know the feelings. The feeling body is really the key to ascension. It is through the feeling good. Sometimes in order to feel good, we have to accept all the feelings in order to move into something that will always direct our thoughts towards good feelings. So what does it look like? This tiger of fear is synthesis. For the mind, is the idea of synthesis is the 8 of crystal, is that the mind is always trying to make sense of things. But the lower mind is not always capable of doing that, so we have to allow ourselves to. Sometimes it is better to know that you don't know, and to allow the universe to show you, than try to make it. Well, you can synthesize it, but if the synthesis is comfortable, then it opens to a higher truth, then understanding and appreciation. Then your synthesis is serving. But when it is not just about letting it go, releasing. But it's okay to try to sum it up. Every moment we rethink the universe. The universe changes with every thought we make. We don't live in a real world. We live in our own universe, in our own illusion, in many sense, of truth that is a bubble of consciousness, and there are many and we all share on a collective level, but we all have our individual path and process. And so where heart will lead us to go is to art. It's the card of temperance. It's the card of alchemy. It is a very powerful. There's going to be a very deep, powerful transformation. Growth will be coming, and there will be much enjoyment, possibility for romance, and all kinds of miracles that will be happening as soon as we're ready for them. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful end of the year. If I have time, I will come back before the new year. Otherwise, I will wish you a happy new year as soon as we start this new year. In the meantime, I hope you continue to enjoy and to tune in through your breathing, through your senses, to open yourself to this higher sense of sensitivity in order to hope to tune to the more subtle part of ourselves that will definitely transform the whole consciousness process and move us into a higher dimensional frequency of being. Thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.